field, but not required. I can definitely create a field. Let me create another attribute, last one. So here with a string, it doesn't matter. I always default everything to string because typecasting and all, I can do that in query. So here I have another attribute, date part. What it says, this is the last one. Okay. So date part. And it says give a date. You need to specify a date, which is in MMDD format or in this format. And then the second one is the string part, which says what you want to do. Include like YMDH, or I always give the full name. So let's do this. So I'm doing an offset for Sumit, where is Kumar, and I want to include this field. So I for Sumit, I have all the records that is required except the created one. Okay. If I just do this, you'll get the year part as well. So I have one more extra field, which is called year. So let's take this. I want to add one more attribute. Now I'm going to do the date part. So date part function, it requires, oops, I'm not giving any coordinals into it. Okay. Let's publish this. See there. This is how you learn. I'm not going to give the proper following the positive path. I'll always go with the wrong path. I'll try to, what if I don't add ordinals? Okay. What if I do this part? What I do that part? Then you'll understand. Now, if I do this, see, it says function date part number of the required parameters is 2. You're missing the required parameter. So it's giving you, yeah, I don't have to publish and see also. This given error is good. Now, if I date part, so now I just say now, which is a date, comma. I don't give the comma also. Okay, let me close this. Uh, just to validate my syntax, I'll always go here to the AMPScript part and I see this one. Now this one is correct, date part. So with the color validation, I can see everything is correct, right? There is no syntax error. Okay. I haven't given the second ordinal till now. Save this. Let's publish and see what is saying. It's still saying, see, it's still saying you require 2 parts to the parameter. Okay. Error code. This is a syntax error. So you have to understand what is the error code it is giving. Okay. Whether it's a syntax error or what it is. If you just मैंने यहाँ पे बोल दिया था, I don't know if everybody did follow. Like I have given this one index of, instead of this, if I give a error code, if you give a proper validation, let me put the other part into it. So other part here was to give the year. I want a year. This one is the closing. Okay, let me validate my syntax if this issue happens. That's why this visual code is very good for me. So you see here, now का open close ठीक है. Okay, this का close ठीक है. So here date part close is ठीक. This one is closed and this one. So color value. If I click, if I'm just highlighting this, okay, it is showing you offset D ka starting is there. Okay. If I highlight this, then it's showing okay. So my syntax is correct. Publish this. So everything is good. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, it's good. And let's see for Sumit if the year is coming there or not. See? Right? So what happens, what I'm trying to say is you created a data extension, okay? And somebody says you have to add another column also, and you can add a column and then use this part, this function offset D, and then update that particular field, it will be updated. Understood?
Yes.
In this, like, what is the purpose of this date part now? When you
I added one
now,
more.
like
I added
today.
one more function. I added
Okay.
one more function saying date part is you can basically just for a use case, I can say you have a master D where you're collecting subscriber details. Okay. First name, last name, blah, blah, blah. But here inside of date, it is basically date of birth. I consider it as a year. You can consider it as a date of birth, like which year, or you might consider a date. Okay. So make it very easy. Let's make it very easy. So I'll say, I don't want to capture this, but I'll say DOB, date of birth. Okay. And date of birth, I just want to take the date, nothing else. or I take the date and month, right? So year, okay, even if I can
I
modify
got
this
it,
into
got it, I
this
got
one.
it. I think I
So
did see it.
date, month, sorry.
I got it. Like I think I didn't see it the first time when I read it.
Hmm.
Now like it
Now
made
I hmm.
it's clear to me.
I can parse a date into birth date को मैं change कर दिया year month and date
Hmm.
में. Then you can send birthday messages to that person. Simple. When you started your use case, you didn't have that particular field, and they
Hmm.
said, let's add some field called birthday and start executing your campaigns. So I have year, month. I'm by default I'm trying to keep it simple, just everything there. Okay, year is there, month and day. So I simply say, see this date part. So my birthday, okay. I'm just giving my birthday here. So let's say it's too young, but anyway, let's give birthday. Okay. So what is the format? Understand the format. The format is this one. Okay. MMDDYYY. So basically MM. So make it uh, 12. Okay. And slash 31st slash 2008. So मैंने यहाँ पे कोई insert दबा दिया था. I do okay something. I have to do everything again. So created date. This okay. Remove the created date. Another attribute. The other attribute is month. This attribute is month, and I copy this date part, add it here, and I say this is month and date part ka bracket close. The last attribute is day. Day. Okay. Close bracket close for the date part. Okay, date part and this one. If you want to validate this index, for me, my validation goes here. Make it even simpler is I always do this to validate. So if I just highlight this part, okay, so okay, now this one is okay, okay. So everything's okay, fine for me. Close this one, save. I have learned one basic thing is your browser sub बंद करो and do this. So it's much easier. Validation bar. Again, let me schedule this. Let me open this and copy this. Okay. Hope there is no caching. Oh, wow. ये तो बाहर भी निकल गया. So there is some syntax error. Offset function to here. What is the error here? Sumit, can you help here?
Yeah, I'm just checking.
Date submitted value. Date part parameter ordinal is wrong. Hmm. You see, I got there. Anyway, yeah. I didn't give this. Mera, there is some insert upsert is happening. I'll just copy this. Okay. So control A, control B. So here in the date part, I didn't give in the double quote. That is the issue here. What it gave you is saying that, see, invalid value is specified for the function parameter. When it said invalid value, I understood. Okay. What I made was I missed the quote, single quote here in the date part. Okay. So after this 20, this one, I have to give a quote. Hmm. So it was all my keyboard mistake that was happening here. So this one. It will help you. What I'm saying is if you start writing this try catch block, okay, it will help you in a very big way in your project. What AMPScript error you're getting, it will help you. Just you have to focus and study. It will help you. Huh. You'll may rarely make a mistake with this. So you see, I'm closing this. I'm updating this statement. So here, yeah, perfect. Okay. Save. Every time I say, okay, I'll just complete this in 1 hour, but it always takes 2 hours. That's good. So publish this. Okay, good. So we had only here. Now let's see what happens here. Okay, now you see 2008, 12 month, 31st day. So here we had this 12, 31st, 2008. So understand the ordinals also. This is MM, DD, YYY. So that's why here is this one, right? So month is 12 because this is the first ordinal year. So it's maybe everything is based on ordinals. Anyway, now I'll stop here.